To the RTC, Guanzon argued that the repeated failure to file his ITRs showed a deliberate intent to violate the law. At the same time, Guanzon rejected the land bank receipt submitted by the Marcos camp as evidence that he had already paid the fine ordered by the QC-RTC. Guanzon said the receipt was not machine validated, nor was it marked as payment for the court-ordered penalty. In fact, it was for payment of lease rental. Guanzon said she places more weight on the certification from the QC-RTC Branch 105 that there is no record of any payment made for the fines imposed by the court. Guanzon had her opinion released publicly in protest of what she called moves by the Division Ponente to delay the promulgation of the case beyond Guanzon's retirement on Wednesday. If anything, election lawyer Attorney Buko de la Cruz said, Guanzon's controversial move has rattled the COMELEC.
They have to be transparent. They have to release a decision. And they need to explain why it's taking this long.
Guanzon's action initiated calls from several lawyers to have her sanctioned, but de la Cruz says that it's highly unlikely.
She's an impeachable officer. You cannot prosecute or punish an impeachable officer until he or she has been impeached.
Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro, We Are One News.
You're not the boss of me. In a nutshell, that was COMELEC Commissioner Imee Ferolino's clapback against Commissioner Rowena Guanzon, who is still hounding her to stop delaying the resolution of Marcos Jr.'s disqualification cases. Greg Gregorio has the story.
COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon started her week by attending Mass at the Manila Cathedral along with some of her supporters. But as soon as she exited the church, Guanzon again expressed her frustration over the delayed decision of the COMELEC First Division on the 3 disqualification cases filed against presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos.
My duty is to protect the people from disqualified candidates. I don't care about their individual reputations. When we took office, this is a public trust.
Guanzon is retiring tomorrow, but she claims there are people who are doubting her integrity as a most senior member of the COMELEC division that still hasn't released its ruling on Marcos's disqualification cases. But in reality, Guanzon even finished writing her separate opinion ahead of the ponente herself, Commissioner Imee Ferolino. Guanzon insists there is no big puzzle and that it's obvious that Marcos Jr. has to be disqualified over his tax code violations.
I say again, I voted to disqualify Marcos Jr. because he was convicted of an offense involving moral turpitude.
This is why Guanzon has been consistently telling Commissioner Ferolino off for taking too long to write her decision.
Labas mo na yan para hindi nila masabi na nasuhulan ka. Nasuhulan ka ba? Bakit hindi mo nilalabas? Kahit ano naman ang desisyon natin dito, aakyat din naman yan sa Korte Suprema.
Guanzon suspects someone is manipulating the timing of the resolution's release.
Kasi hindi naman gagawin to ni Commissioner Ferolino na mag-isa lang siya. Eh kabago-bago niyang commissioner. So ang tanong talaga, bakit niya pinipigilan? Sino ang nasa likod niya? Ano ba talaga? Kung sa Ilonggo pa, pilagid bala? Magkano ba?
But Ferolino insists that she has nothing to explain to Guanzon. She claims there is no deliberate delay on the release of the decision. The official claims the only reason she's taking her time pending the resolution is because she's meticulously studying all the evidence. Ferolino also clarified that the task of writing the resolution was raffled to her on January 10, but it wasn't until January 14 that the disqualification cases were submitted for resolution by the First Division. Ferolino also claimed that she doesn't need to comply with Guanzon's orders because while Guanzon is indeed a more senior officer, Ferolino is still not her subordinate. The commissioner also warned Guanzon against marrying the poll body's credibility with doubt and controversy. Meanwhile, COMELEC Chairman Abbas is still keeping mum about the whole thing. When he was asked for comment during the MOA signing between COMELEC and BSP for the safekeeping of source codes that will be used for the upcoming elections, this was all he had to say.
Since it is inappropriate, siguro ibang forum na lang.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, We Are One News.
A lawyer for a group of petitioners in Marcos Jr.'s disqualification cases says there is malicious delay in the resolution of the cases. Attorney Howard Calleja of the Martial Law Victims Group says COMELEC rules dictate that the decision should have been out 10 days after they submitted their memorandum on January 9th. Calleja says the sooner the COMELEC comes out with a decision, the better, so that whoever is not satisfied with the resolution can still seek a legal remedy. The lawyer also pointed out that absent any malicious delay, there's no reason for the poll body to still not have a decision to this day.
I would say that there is malicious delay, but I wouldn't say that, or I wouldn't go as far as saying there is some pressure or some let's say, persons behind this. Nonetheless, as I said, if we can do it in 48 hours, and I'm sure we also have as much load as they do. I run a law office and we do have a lot of cases, so I don't see any reason why they cannot do it within the time that they have set among themselves to finish the case.
Senators are again calling on COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon to name the lawmaker she believes is behind the delay in Bongbong Marcos's disqualification case. Meanwhile, an expert warns that the infighting in COMELEC may affect the agency's integrity, especially as elections draw near. Mian Los Baños with the rest of the story.
Commissioner Ferolino talks to only one senator. Is her the one who recommended her? And she knows who I'm talking about. She's very close to a senator who recommended her. In fact, who delivered a very long speech praising her to high heavens in the Commission on Appointments.
These were the revelations of Commissioner Rowena Guanzon on One News's The Chiefs about a senator who is allegedly behind the delay in the decision of the COMELEC First Division on the disqualification case against Bongbong Marcos. Senate President Tito Soto said Guanzon already told him the name of the senator, but it is better that Guanzon herself will be the one to reveal the identity of the senator. Soto earlier said that if there is proof, he will ask the Ethics Committee to look into the matter. Senator Bato de la Rosa, who was among those who supported Ferolino during her deliberation in the Commission on Appointments, said that Guanzon should already reveal the name of the senator so the public would know. De la Rosa also explained that he supported Ferolino in the CA deliberations based on experience working with her in past elections in Davao, wherein he saw Ferolino standing her ground against menacing politicians. Senator Coco Pimentel meanwhile said that the involved commissioners are already past the stage of trying to resolve the matter quietly. That is why one of them went to the media. However, he said the people also have the right to know how these impeachable officers are performing their duties or not. UP Associate Professor Jean Encinas Franco said she understands why Guanzon had to release her opinion before the resolution was released by the First Division.
Maaring she must have tried her best to convey to the other commissioners her decision or her anxiety over the fact na aalis na siya, magre-retire na siya, tapos hindi pa rin niya naisusulat yung hindi pa rin nadidesisyonan yung Marcos Jr. case. So baka at nawalan siya ng venue to express her opinion, her sentiments. So kaya kinailangan niya dumulog sa media.
But the infighting in the COMELEC, according to Professor Franco, is something that is affecting the integrity of the agency, especially as they lead this year's presidential elections.
At the end of the day, hindi lang naman mahalaga na maganap ang eleksyon. Mahalaga din na katanggap-tanggap ng taong bayan yung resulta ng eleksyon. And kapag ganito, may mga nabubulgar, syempre hindi maganda.
Despite the infighting, the palace is confident that the COMELEC can resolve the issue.
Between the 7 highest officials ng COMELEC, we are confident that they can address whatever internal issues or concerns, if any, that they have.
The palace also recognizes that COMELEC is an independent constitutional body. Reporting for News 5, Mian Los Baños, we are One News.
A political science expert says issues hounding former Senator Bongbong Marcos may negatively affect his standing in the presidential race. On 1PH sa Totoo Lang, UP political science professor Jean Encinas Franco said it's not yet impossible for another candidate to replace Marcos as a front runner in presidential surveys. However, the expert admits that this could be difficult to achieve considering that Marcos has been scoring high in recent surveys, soaring above 50%. Still, Franco says Marcos's numbers may be negatively affected by the current issues surrounding his candidacy.
Siguro kasi ito rin yung yung dulot ng, 'di ba sabi nila kapag mataas ka sa surveys, usually people will gang up on you, and that's why yung mga susunod na surveys maaaring maapektuhan negatively yung yung numbers mo. Ngayon ang mga tao reflexive, so nagmamanman ng tao, hindi naman siya mga daga sa loob ng laboratorio na madaling manipulate. So maaari pang magbago yung isip ng mga tao kasi nga marami silang nababalitaan, marami silang nakakausap. So tingnan natin kung how this will move forward.
BTS member Park Jin has tested positive for COVID-19 and underwent surgery for acute appendicitis. BTS agency Big Hit Music said that Jimin went to the hospital on Sunday after suffering from sudden abdominal pain along with a mild sore throat. The management announced that the surgery was successful and Jimin is currently recuperating after his procedure. Jimin is the fourth BTS member to have contracted COVID-19. Now here are the stories to watch out for later today. We'll give you the latest on the ground as Metro Manila reverts back to Alert Level 2. COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon joins the Foreign Correspondents Association of the Philippines as she expected to talk more about BBM's disqualification case this afternoon. And Kong Hee Wat Chai, the Chinese community welcomes the Year of the Water Tiger today. Now catch the 2022 presidential aspirants as they face the nation in Panata Sabayan, the KBP Presidential Forum, in collaboration with Kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas on February 4, 9 in the morning. Tune in to Signal TV Channel 250 HD and Channel 8 Standard Definition, and also on Signal Play. And that is how the day is shaping up to be. Join us later again at 9 in the morning as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.